Well, you would know that wasn't the Rolling Stones, wouldn't you? That's a bunch of Nashville session men who got together a few years ago to make an album called Stone Country, featuring a lot of Rolling Stones material written by the Rolling Stones. And that particular track is Travis Tritt, and that's Honky Tonk Woman, of course, and that's from an album called Stone Country, STONECOUNTRY. When I spoke there, it seemed very, very loud. Did it seem loud in there?
We're complaining about the headphones. The headphones are very loud.
They are indeed, yes.
Could you adjust them? The girls are not happy.
Are they not?
No.
Well, let's
see.
see.
Them down?
Are yours okay?
You're not going to catch me. Don't worry.
No, I'm just trying to help.
No,
it's easy. All you have to do is say to me, can I turn your headphones up a bit?
No, turn them down.
Down a bit. Is that you there? Is that you there?
I don't know.
Is that you? Is that you there? I'm turning a little knob here. I don't know which knob it is.
Headphones.
I'm guessing.
Yes,
is that
headphones.
it? Is that it? There's a presenter here. That's me.
That's
Guest. Is that you?
I think that's it.
Is that you there? That's very low now. Is that okay?
Too loud, Emma?
Is that?
Emma.
Hey! Is that you
Emma,
there?
see you're deaf. No.
Is that the one?
Is that the one?
Is that okay?
That's okay.
This is the kind of thing we should do before the programme. We should try that sometime.
But you see, if you were down anyway early,
yes,
we could do.
Well, if I was early, we could do all this, and then we don't have to do it during the airtime. Anyway, hello, good morning. What a great day this is. What a lovely weekend. Did you have a nice weekend? Very wet. The weather was terrible.
Saturday was dreadful.
But I was happy.
Yeah.
I was very happy this weekend. I know how happy you are to see me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Gentleman phoned to say that his wife and himself were watching that series, The Young Ones, and she couldn't get over the similarities between me and Lionel Blair.
That's something to be proud of.
That's quite taken by that.
Follow that one up.
I think that's nice.
It's not nice, no.
Lionel Blair's 78.
That's exactly why it's not nice.
I thought if I'm like that, but I'm 78, that's a
I
compliment.
know, but she's saying that he reminds you of you now. That's what basically you're missing the whole point of that.
I'm taking it
No.
positive.
No, she's looking at Lionel Blair saying, he's just like Sean Coyle, and he's 78. She's not saying, Sean Coyle will be like that when he's 78. She's saying that you're like him now. And I agree with that.
No, I don't think
you're
so.
gone. I don't think you're going to last much longer. I think your mind is deteriorating rapidly. And your body will soon follow. Kill the head, the body will die. I don't think you're going to last more than a year or two. I'm looking around me for a replacement.
I'll tell you
Hope you
what,
don't
I
mind.
looked at the wee man.
I am just a wee man.
Now, you know the wee man that did the tricks?
I can't think who that would be.
Yes, you do.
What wee man did? I think you're talking about Paul Daniels.
It's correct.
The wee man who did the tricks.
The wee
You
man.
should write these names down and then you can refer to them. What about him?
Paul Daniels, do you see the trail for
I'm not watching
No,
it.
there's a trail for come dancing.
I don't... Oh, no, God.
He's a wee man with no neck.
I know.
His neck has disappeared.
I want to know what kind of a... I want to know what kind of a person would sit down and watch Paul Daniels and Anne Whittaker dancing.
Who in the right mind?
What's going on there?
Has it started?
I don't know. It's all beyond me. Listen, what a great day it is. Welcome to the listeners. You're welcome. This is the Gerry Anderson Show. We're here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Alas, not the weekends. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459. Do you know what I nearly said? The number to ring if you want to buy anything.
I heard it. You did say bye. Right.
If you want to buy anything.
Yeah.
No, we're not selling anything. This is the BBC, of course. Bye, no. It's 08459 555 678. Email address, of course, as always, is gerry.anderson. I'm trying to get a little breezy now. You know the way they tell you in the BBC, to enunciate your words, and then every once in a while, be a little breezy. Gerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. That's breezy, isn't it? Ken Bruce. Not our Ken Bruce, the other Ken Bruce. I heard Ken Bruce on the radio the other day. Been very, very nasty to a listener.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. Do you know the way I'm nasty to listeners, but I don't mean it?
What other Ken Bruce have we got?
We've got one in downtown, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
We've
know
got a
that.
Ken Bruce, yeah.
I didn't know.
But he doesn't speak like Ken Bruce because I know
What do
that
they call our Ken?
This Ken here?
Yeah.
Ken Doherty.
Oh.
Have you never been introduced to him? Ken Doherty, this is Sean. Bring him in. I'll introduce you to him. Ken Bruce, do you know the way I'm rude to listeners, but they know I don't mean it? He was quite nasty. A person came on and impersonated a person that was doing a quiz. He was doing this quiz.
Right.
And this person came on and wanted to be in the quiz. But he said something he didn't like, and he said, tell you what, he said. Tell you what, let's get a real contestant on. Goodbye. Like that. I would never do that.
Yes, you would.
I would, wouldn't I?
You would. That's not being
No, but I
nasty.
wouldn't be as prissy as that.
Yes, you
It's like James Blunt. Do you remember the...
Go
remember
away
James-
now. Do you ever hear there's a Radio Ulster presenter when talking to people? Go away now.
But that's different.
Oh, no, it's not.
That's different. There's no superiority.
Go away now. I'm fed up talking to you. Go
But
away now.
that's only how I feel. But it's not... there's no superiority implied. You know, I don't use that tone of voice. Excuse me, I tell you what, go away. I wouldn't do that.
Excuse me. Or if the subject matter it doesn't suit you, I just turn them off now and let them talk. I don't want to hear.
No, but it's done with a. No, it's done with a twinkle in the eye.
I'm sure it
you see,
is.
Ken has no twinkle. There's no twinkle now. See, there's twinkle. Look, did you see the twinkle in me? There's a twinkle here. You see, anything that I do, it's not serious. But he was serious.
Right. Here's a test. There's a coffee in one.
Okay. Will I be cheeky to them?
Well, it's entirely up to you.
What kind of personality?
It's Helen. It's one of. It's
Helen, they want me to be cheeky to you, but I'm not going to fall for that. Hello, Helen.
Please be cheeky to me.
All right then. Go away. No. I have to find out more about you before I can be cheeky.
Well, you already know a little bit about me. I didn't realise I was going to be on the air. I thought we were going to be talking to each other off the air.
That's okay. Tell me what you want to talk about.
I won't swear or anything like that.
Oh, you better not.
I won't, I promise. I was on with you last week wearing a Davy Crockett hat.
Oh, that's right, yes. And you came in here with your Davy Crockett hat. That was lovely.
Yes. Now, they're going to America on Thursday.
Yes.
And David Crockett himself was thinking about dropping in to see you tomorrow.
Was he?
In full garb.
That's
what I'm saying. I was going to be talking to you on air, so I thought I was just going to ask you if it was all right if he did drop into you tomorrow.
So what you're doing, you're touting Davy Crockett to come in here.
Yeah.
So a man is going to come here and pretend to be Davy Crockett.
Well, he is David Crockett. He's not pretending, he is him.
Can you get... Sorry, Helen, can you get that stopped, Sean?
What's that?
Can you get that stopped?
You don't want the man?
No, but I don't want to say to her.
You don't want to say to Helen you don't want the man?
Gerry, I can say.
Sorry, I don't want to say to her that I don't want him to come in because he'll come in and try and be funny and all. Do you know the way
he won't be funny, he's not a funny
No, he'll try. He'll try to be... He'll be talking like that and all. He'll be talking like David... Won't he be talking like Davy Crockett and all, won't he? Won't he? He'll be trying to be Davy Crockett. I can't handle that kind of thing.
Okay.
That's sugar talk. You explain to your show.
No.
No, explain to her after.
No, Ken. Go ahead, Ken Bruce in there. Go ahead, you do it. You do it, Kenny.
No, will you explain to her that I can't really deal with people who come in here dressed up? You know, I can't.
It's okay, Gerry.
I can't deal with it. No, I don't mind people coming in and showing me their hat. But people who come in character, I can't deal with it. You know? But Sean will explain it all to you.
No, I won't.
Well, what is this? Remind the listeners what this is about.
It's called Fair For You.
Yes.
And it's all about the Ulster Scots heritage. And there's about 15 different characters. It's about 2 students who are in America. And the teacher tells them about their Ulster Scots heritage. And they go away and they investigate it. And they discover all these people whose heritage belongs here. All the presidents of America, almost.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley.
John Wayne, Burt
John
Lancaster.
Wayne, who played David Crockett, as far as I know.
He did indeed, yes. Fell's Park.
So I just thought it'd be good crack if he turned up when he was in his gear and he had his fringing in front of you and his big hat and his...
No.
But if you're not into that, that's fine.
No, I don't... Shall I explain it to her, will you?
No.
You see,
it's okay, you've already explained it to
see,
me.
there's a very... See, to get away with that, you need to have a show business streak. I don't have one of those. So I get fed up with that.
And they'd be jumping around. An item for television, doesn't it?
It's for television, yes. See, I'll have to describe him and everything.
Paul Clark would do it.
Paul Clark would do it. You explain it all to her, will you? See, I don't want to be cheeky to you because I met you and you're in here and I like you. See, they want.
Gerry?
Yes, I do like you. And these people wanted me to be cheeky to you because they wanted me to demonstrate how cheeky I can be. But I'm not going to do that to you because you're nice.
Is that why they put me through, so you could be cheeky to me?
Yeah, they knew that I liked you, so and then they challenged me.
My heart.
Yeah, no, what they've done is they've realised that I like you and they put you through because they knew that I couldn't be cheeky to you and they wanted to see me squirm, basically. They like to see me squirm, but I can't have your man in. I can't.
That's
Sean,
fine, that's
Sean
fine.
will explain it all later.
I'll explain it to him.
Okay. Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you too,
Thank
Gerry.
you. I love you.
I love you as well.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Eh? I can't be cheeky like that.
The girls are cringing. Emma has buried her face in her hands. Cringeable. That was awful.
It was pretty good, wasn't it?
No, it was.
But I was good at telling the man not to come in. Because you know the way people come in here and they think, they should be funny and all. They have funny accents and all. It's like mummers. I mean, what would you do if a mummer walked in here? I would die. Would you not?
It should be.
Remember people used to come in here to surprise me?
They should be outlawed.
Do you remember people used to come in here and surprise me? Remember I got that stopped?
Yes.
It was great. Here, listen, let's not confine ourselves.
Do you want a recipe for gypsy creams?
As a matter of fact, I don't.
Janice was sent the recipe. We have it here.
Well, she knows what she can do with it. Bring it home and cook gypsy creams for her husband. Hi, Gerry. A man writes to me with no punctuation.
Oh, aye.
And he says, "Hi, Gerry, hope you're keeping well. Just a wee note to say it's great to see Colin Murray presenting Match of the Day on Sunday night. When he's chatting away to those other guys, he uses his Northern Ireland old humour, but for a moment Lawrenson and Shearer were confused at this. My goodness, what's wrong with these people? Is it that our boys and girls are taking over national television? Let us remind the nice people of England that our boys and girls built their canals, railways, roads, and fought 2 world wars and gave them aim in homes, and indeed Christine Bleakley. Anyway, the other thing is when you're away doing your charity work, I rang the show when Sean was in the hot seat for a wee song. The girl answered and said, 'Hello, Sean Show.' I couldn't speak for laughing. Sean Show? It was as if I'd rang a strip show and Sean was the main attraction. I'm not making the Sean story up. It's absolutely true. Is it true that when you were here and people answered the phone, they said, 'Hello, this is the Sean Show'?
Sure, I don't know. You say I wasn't here.
Girls!
Yes.
Is it true they're not?
They said yes.
Don't you realise that in the Radio Times it's the Gerry Anderson Show?
Well,
Don't you realise that? Girls, don't let that happen again. Did he insist that you did that? They say that you insisted you called it the Sean Show. Now, can you come and defend yourself? Did you insist on that?
I did not.
You did? Why would they lie to me? Look, Janet is nodding her head. You insisted on called the Sean Show. You see?
I did
You did.
not.
You did. Now, let's deal with the people
I
here.
asked this before.
Yes,
and
go on.
I asked Joel Taggart this and he never answered.
But he's not a normal person.
I want to ask you
What?
this question. It's about a man we just mentioned there,
Yes.
Paul Clark.
Yes.
Does Paul Clark ever go home?
No, he doesn't. He's got a little bunk bed in the reception. And
There's times he looks very tired.
he's very tired indeed. I think it's time he went home. He's been in the studio now for nearly a year. He probably forgets, but the taxi driver might remember where he lives. Please send a special thanks to an Irish couple who found and returned my wallet whilst I was in Spain last week, says James and Heather Murray. I had left it sitting on a windowsill and they patiently waited for me to return my wallet. They would not take any reward, and unfortunately I did not get their names, but I think they may live in Spain. And in that case, you want their address as well. Because they might invite you out when they're not there.
No, I'm off Spain.
Are you?
Yeah.
But I've never liked it.
No, I never liked it.
My opinion is, once you go to Italy, there's no point in going anywhere else. See Spain, France, Portugal. Portugal. I love Portugal. Spain. Everybody goes to Spain, France, Portugal. I see them going to Croatia as well and places like that. Forget it. Just go to Italy. Best place in the world.
No, I'm trying one more spot in Portugal. Janet recommended. I'm going to try it.
Where?
Alvor.
Alvar. That's all golfers there.
I don't know.
It is. I was there. It's all golfers. It's horrible. They're all people like you there. Of course, that's why you're going. Men wearing pink trousers with hats on, playing golf, and saying, "Boys,
is it no good?
Oh, it's terrible, awful. Don't go there." Of course, you'll love it. They may live in Spain, and this incident occurred in the village of Millas, Majas, Millas, on Friday the 10th of June.
Is that up the hill?
I don't know. The lady asked that I.
That was burnt a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
What was burnt?
Yes, wasn't it?
How do you know that?
Was it? Up in the hills. Is that right? Is that an old village?
It just says Millas.
Up in the mountains, yeah.
Where's it near? Yeah. As close as that.
No, I don't know. It's the way in from.
How do you know that? How do you know the small village in the whole entire mainland of Spain, and all I've said is Millas, and then you know all about it?
Because it was on the news.
I know, but I don't know that. Tell me more.
Yes, it's an old town.
Is it?
And the hills, with the drought and all, the hills went on fire, and Mias was under threat, and a lot of the old town was burnt.
I didn't know that. Well, thank you for that information. It's probably wrong, but anyway, that's
about
good.
7 years ago, I think.
The lady asked that I light a candle for a special intention. Must have been a Catholic. In the local church. Well, I did that. Anyway, thanks to this couple, as this saved me from a load of inconvenience, cancelling cards, etc. So good. So if those people are maybe listening or whatever, contact us and we'll put you in contact with James and Heather.
You need to say it now before it's too late.
What?
What do you have to say?
What I have to say.
But everybody's going to say it today.
Down, down. Down's down. Just boys, it's only the 1 pint dinner.
And you have to say up the Tyrone Miners.
Up the Tyrone Miners, because they came through.
Aye.
And that ball in the onion bag. And I'll tell you what, boys, this is the 1 point dinner. I was close. There was a time that I thought they were laughing. But then it all went pear-shaped. It was the square ball in the middle they couldn't get. And I'll tell you another thing too. They weren't playing for the jersey.
No, they stopped playing for the jersey.
They stopped playing for the jersey.
And
do you know what I think? I think half a dozen of them didn't turn up at all. No, it's a terrible thing. A lot of people are depressed today because of Down's failure.
Down will be back again.
There's no Sam for Down. No Sam for Down the year. But I'll tell you what, there's another year coming up. There'll be a Sam for Down then.
Oh,
Cork.
there'll be a stronger team.
Cork.
That's right.
Bit of Cork. Listen to and thoroughly enjoy your show every day, says Michael Campbell. I know that you are the patron of lost... He says I'm the patron saint of lost animals. Move over, Francis. Hey, sissy, move over. Move over, sissy. I know that you're the patron saint of lost animals and thought that you might, through the airwaves, help locate a lost cuddly toy rabbit. The said rabbit, known as a Rabby, or rabies for short, no, it's called Rabby, was lost by my... No, this is a child's rabbit. Was lost by my 4-year-old granddaughter whilst in Ballymena on Sunday the 19th of September. My granddaughter Lucy has had Rabby since she was born and it goes everywhere with her. She's extremely upset at losing Rabby and I wonder if any of your listeners could help for its safe return. That's a little rabbit lost. Doesn't say, yeah, well, Ballymena, I suppose. There are not too many Ballymenas, rabbits walking around Ballymena, but if you see one.
There's a big brown dog here on Saturday looking for
I saw it.
Aye.
I met it. That dog was fed up with the rain.
Ach, wasn't it?
It was a lovely big cuddly dog. I was in here on Saturday,
yeah.
and I saw it. It was in the porch, and I thought maybe it belonged to some of the stranger people here. And I asked anyone, "Is that your dog out there?" And they said no. And I looked at the dog, and it went, "I'm fed up with the rain." It said to me. And
What time was that?
It was about, let's see, early, about 12, 1 o'clock.
That's when I was in.
Uh-huh.
About 10.
My wife said to me, she said, talking to me is like watching paint dry. I can't believe she watched some paint dry and didn't tell me about it. Anyway. That's not great. Good morning.
Here's one for you.
What?
What was the last song you played in your show on Friday?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. It's a bit much, isn't it?
I don't even remember Friday. Hi, Gerry. I rang in on Friday and requested a song for Zoe Proctor in Lurgan, Barry's Guiding Light. Barry Fleming, of course, a song called Guiding Light. Zoe has just found out he's my brother. She likes his music but loves you and your show. I don't like reading that, but just sneaked out. Please, if you could play it for her on Monday the 20th of September, it will not only make her day, it'll make her year. Hope you're all well in Radioland. God bless you, Gerry. Love to Sean, Emma and Janet. That's from Valerie. Do we have Barry Fleming's Guiding Light? Would you be able to get your hands on that before the end of the programme?
I don't know.
Would you? Well, maybe perhaps you could say. I know, but I'm here, I'm not upstairs. I'm here. Don't you know? I'm here, presenting. Last Friday, I sent in a request for Sean Coyle singing A Boy Named Sue. Over the weekend, a friend gave me a copy of the song and I overdosed. Please cancel my request. Every time I hear that song, I book until the tears turn down my face. Gerry, Coyle should stick to blind bats and Law and Order. Well, that's signed Matt Baggett.
I was asked in New York City, do you like my clothes? I'm talking to my tape recorder, walking down the road. But on Friday night I'm purified, now my feet don't touch the floor. When the rubber meets the road, in between my toes. Every day is fucking perfect. It's a paradise. Watch my life like it's a movie. Had to watch it twice. A boy looks at a girl, and a girl looks like a pony. She gallops all day long, in between my toes. And every night she's purified. She don't do that dance no more. Where the rubber meets the road, in between my toes. A member of the Juju Nation down in New Orleans. You don't need an application if you move your feet. Explode if you poke it. Exposed on the floor. It grows if you soak it. It rolls out the door. Now it's summertime every night. Now our feet don't touch my toes. The lady starts to sing, but she ain't no disco dancer. She learned to shake a thing in between my toes. Explode if you poke it, exposed on the floor. It grows if you soak it, it rolls out the door. Explode if you poke it, exposed on the floor. It grows if you soak it, it rolls out the door.
That's David Byrne. Do you know what that song's called? That song's called Toe Jam. And I'm interested in that because you know what that's about? That's about the little pieces of material that appear in the middle of your toes if you don't wash your feet for a very long time. That's what that song is about. I was in a band once, a rock band for years in Derry, Stoke, London, there with myself, Mr. Colin Arbuckle, and a fellow called Jim Whiteside. A band called Toe Jam. And we used to be always asked what was the origin of our name. And we used to always say, it's the stuff that's between your toes. Here's something that you could maybe help me with.
Yes.
Andy Potts says, would it be possible to get Ken, or indeed the Undertone, to check what I think may have happened this morning on Good Morning Ulster? Ooh. Did you hear Good Morning Ulster today?
I didn't.
I missed it today, but apparently something happened. At approximately 8:10 a.m., Mr. Carruthers was interviewing a person from a Catholic newspaper. Nothing unusual in this. Suddenly, in the background, there was a noise akin to, well, flatulence.
Oh.
What he's saying basically is that somebody farted on the Good Morning Ulster programme. If at all, would it be possible to replay the incident and have your expert ear listen to the sound? Perhaps you could make out if it was indeed Mr. Carruthers or indeed a Mr. Bradford. Do you think we could do that?
I would love to hear it.
You'd be afraid to do that, wouldn't you?
I would love to hear
No,
it.
you'd be afraid to do
I would
that.
love to hear it.
Maybe perhaps the Undertone would maybe find that for us and we could
Talking
judge
of the
ourselves.
Undertone.
8:10 a.m. Mr. Undertone is on the case.
Could you play the Undertones for Michael Clark Shields on his 10th birthday? This is from all his family. Could you play the Undertones?
Well, he's gone upstairs anyway now. Maybe he'll bring down one of his own records.
Is he not in the core?
I don't know if he's in the core. I'm afraid to go over there. I don't like. No, I don't like.
The Undertones have been the core.
Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think so? But I don't like going over there in case I might find something by Herb Alpert. Did you see that documentary about Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Grass on BBC4 over the weekend?
Tijuana Grass?
Brass. Tijuana Brass.
Yeah.
Tijuana Fibre. It's very good, actually. Very nice man. A very confused man, very kind of mixed up man, but a very wealthy man, and a man who is now happy within his skin, but a man who was very confused by his fame. Spanish Flea, I always thought.
Yeah. Tijuana Taxi?
No, I'm all right, I'll walk. And speaking of which, my little Chihuahua dog. See how everything comes together in this show? Talk about Tijuana Brass, and then Tijuana Taxi, and I say no, and then we talk about Chihuahua. People think the script is going well. See those few hours we spent this morning honing it?
Well worth it.
Really worked. Anyway, having time for this.
Well worked.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
Now at 11 o'clock, this is the BBC News with Keith Burnside. A family in Resharkin received a bullet through their letterbox last night. It was accompanied by a threatening note, and police are treating it as sectarian. A brick was also thrown at the house. The incidents follow a petrol bomb attack on the Resharkin home of the mother of Northern Ireland footballer Chris Baird. A passerby managed to put out the flames and no one was hurt. The DUP MP Ian Paisley Jr. says he plans to raise the situation with the Chief Constable.
Some thug decided that the way in which they could express their identity was to throw a petrol bomb at a defenceless woman's house. That's completely disgraceful. There's no way to treat anyone. There's no way to build community relations. My biggest concern in all of this, someday, someone is going to be carried out of one of these homes in a coffin. And at that point, will it be enough then? And I think we have to try and cease that from happening at this point by ensuring that tensions are lowered and that we try to address this matter practically and responsibly.
2 men are due in Belfast Magistrates Court charged with attempted murder following an attack on a man in the north of the city. An 18-year-old man was taken to hospital with head injuries after being assaulted in Silverstream Garden shortly before midnight on Saturday. The Liberal Democrat leader Nick Clegg will use his main speech to his party's conference in Liverpool this afternoon to defend the coalition deal with the Conservatives. In an open letter to Mr Clegg, the Lib Dem MP Mike Hancock has warned that he risks creating a dictatorship of ministers which ignores wider party opinion. One of the Lib Dem cabinet ministers, Michael Burr, says activists will inevitably have doubts, but the coalition deal was the right thing for the party.
You're seeing at this conference a party that has matured in its outlook and is comfortable with the reality that we're now in government, making some very tough decisions, but also seeing Liberal Democrat ideas and values put at the heart of government policy.
The weather now. Here's Angie Phillips.
Any patches of showery rain will tend to fade away to leave many of us with a largely dry day, with the cloud lifting and breaking to give some brighter sunny spells. Feeling quite warm in sunnier spells, with temperatures rising to around 18 Celsius. Mild tonight too, with lows of 12 or 13 degrees. But apart from an odd spot of rain in the north and west tonight, it should stay mainly dry.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
Police in Newry are warning of traffic disruption in the city this evening. That is because of the return of the Down GAA team. Diversions and restrictions will be in place and motorists can expect delays from 3:30 this afternoon. In Kilkeel, work has begun on Bridge Street, reducing traffic to one lane, and will continue from 9:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon each weekday for the next 8 weeks. In County Tyrone, you can expect delays on the A5 Baltony Road near Omagh. That's from Baltony Grove to Drumlageg Road South. And at Belfast International Airport, the 12:35 Aer Lingus flight from Barcelona has been delayed and is now due at 1:30. Michael Bedwell reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster. On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, autism. Are families getting the help they're entitled to? We've been hearing all morning from beleaguered parents. Tell me your story after 12. He came, he saw, but did he conquer? And did the Pope's visit help priests under pressure? How parking in a blue badge space could cost you £1,000. And save our Vida. The cry rings out. 10,000 names on Facebook could stop Irwin's taking the knife to the famous loaf for you. If you like it extra thick with a lake-sized pool of butter, join the Vida crusade on Talkback at 12.
The Pope came through it. Everything seemed to go well for him, but Adam Breen's not sure, he said, until last week. I was unaware that the spirit of loyalism was alive and well on the mainland. I refer, of course, to the groundswell of internet chatter and literally kick the Pope jargon spewed forth by the great and the good. Adopting the mantra, our enemy's enemy is our friend, I expect Johnny Adair to pass around the buckfast to Richard Dawkins et al. And invite them to join C Company. Although I imagine that fellow Stephen Fry, unlikely as it may seem, may bond with Johnny, albeit the Q1 host would be useless at painting a mural, or indeed, I imagine, handling a Kalashnikov. I don't like Stephen Fry.
There's a big surge there.
I noticed that. I think Ken's been interfering again.
What was that about?
There are two people that I cannot stand, and everybody in England loves them. One of them is Chris Evans and Stephen Fry. What is that all about? What is that? Why do they not realise? I, a fully fledged
you
member...
don't like them? Why don't they realise?
Why don't they realise that I don't like them? That's what I'm saying. I, a fully fledged member of the Freemasons, Combat 18, the Judean People's Front, have for now desisted from attacking the German head of the Catholic Church as he has beatified a historical figure, namely Cardinal Newman. My reasons are twofold. One, when you pass, I'd like Herr Ratzberger to make you a saint. St. Gerry, the patron saint of Shed and the 27 Club. Two, he's like a man who'd produce a cooked chicken if he ordered a pint of beer. I'd like a hankin'. Remember that story?
No.
Remember that story? Story about me in Germany.
Oh, and you got a chicken or something.
See, I asked for a Heineken. And the person gave me a small roasted boiled chicken, whatever it was. And I said, I want a beer. He said, Hanken. Yeah. See, Hanken is German for chicken.
Is it?
Yeah, Hanken.
Hanken?
Yeah, Hanken.
Do you like Vida?
All right.
Pardon?
Do you like Vida?
Vida de Loca? What?
Vida.
What? Vida what? You mean bread?
Aye.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I know it is, but why don't you just keep that to yourself for a moment? I've been asked to play a request for a song that I played in this programme a couple of times before, and it's a great song. It's a country song, but it's not really. It's a rock song. It's called Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up. This is Garth Brooks. As we call him here, Gareth. Rock and roll this is. This ain't country, boy.
6 o'clock on Friday evening, mama doesn't know she's leaving till she hears the screamer slamming, rubber squealing, gears are jamming, local country station just a blaring on the radio. Pick him up at 7 in their oh, mama's on the front porch screaming out her warning, girl, you better get your red head back in bed before the morning. The show is in, but the fun is just beginning. She knows he's anticipating, but she's gonna keep him waiting. Grab a bite to eating, and they're heading to the honky tonk. But loud crowds and line dancing just ain't what they really want. Drive out to the boondocks and park down by the creek, yeah, where it's George Strait or real late and dancing cheek to cheek. Ain't going down till the sun comes up. Ain't giving in till they get enough. Go around the world in a pickup truck. Sun comes up. Till 12 is wine and dancing, midnight starts a hard romancing. 1 o'clock that truck is rocking, 2 is coming, still no stopping. Break to check the clock at 3, they're right on where they wanna be. And 4 o'clock get up to go, and 5 o'clock that rooster's crowing. Pickup truck, ain't going down till the sun comes up. 6 o'clock on Saturday, her folks don't know he's on his way. The stalls are clean, the horse is fed. They say she's grounded till she's dead. Well, here he comes around the bend, slowing down, she's jumping in. Hey, mom, your daughter's coming, there they go again.
I could be the one you need. I'd fall in line and follow your lead. If only I could be the one you need. Maybe I could be the one you need. Maybe I could be the one you need. There are so many ways to get lost in this town. of our world so far, so little, so far. Maybe I could be the one you need. Maybe I could be the one you waiting for so long, waiting, waiting. Maybe I could be the one you need. Maybe I could be the one you need. I'd fall in line and follow your lead. If only I could be the one you need. If only I could be the one you need. If only I could be the one you need. If only.
That's an Australian singer-songwriter who's featured live and on record on this programme, called Rory Faithfield. He had a lovely song called Big Blue Western Skies. And that's from his album. It's a single released from his album, which is called Songs for Sooner. This one is called The One You Need. He sounds very like Brian Ferry there, doesn't he? Have you heard of foreign accent syndrome?
Foreign accent syndrome? No, I'm afraid
It's
not.
the most amazing thing. I'm doing a wee documentary about that, actually. Apparently, sometimes people wake up and nobody knows how it happens, and suddenly they have a foreign accent.
Right.
No, seriously.
Oh,
I'm not messing here.
I'm not
For instance,
doubting you for a second.
I could wake up tomorrow and go, "Hey, son, how you doing?" And there's no reason at all for it. Some kind of irregularity in the brain.
Your wife will be surprised if you say that.
Especially when she doesn't open her eyes. She goes, "Oh, hey, who's this in my bed?"
Yeah.
But a man writes to me about that, and he says, "Good morning, Menton de Marionette." That's chin of puppet. Puppet chin. Last night I am having the bump on the head, and now this morning I have this French accent. I have heard of these things happening to other persons, but this is one big problem for me, because I am the minister of the Ulster Scots Language Society.
All right.
So he's an Ulster Scots member of the Ulster Scots Language Society. He's talking like that. I have had speaks with the doctor, Ian Paisley. Built, he says to moi, said I have not to worry, because I am not speaking in the real language, but just in a silly accent. Just the same as Ulster Scots. And that I will be mort sore in the morning. Is he speaking merde, Monsieur Jean-Michel? P.S. I love votre lettre from Thomas le Chat.
What's this?
Tommy the cat.
Yeah, oh.
He's very funny. Well, I'm going to help that man
yeah.
as best I can. Listen, the man's Chihuahua dog was missing, and he said in his original, I didn't get to read that, but he was worried about the dog because he says it's not streetwise.
Right.
And he sends me a little email back then to say all is well, that he got the dog back. But the only thing was, he said, somebody sold him the Craigavon Bridge in Derry. And he wants to know what to do with it.
Somebody?
You see, you're not listening. He said the dog is not streetwise. But the dog came back. But the dog's brought back Craigavon Bridge. Craigavon Bridge. He's got a little piece of paper saying he owns Craigavon Bridge. And a fella sold it to him for £100.
Yeah.
And he just wondered, you're no fun.
Happy birthday to Bridget McGill of Parklands.
Oh, that's right. Now you're happy now.
Aye,
At least you know what you're dealing with.
This is from Barbara, Carol and Rita, and they want you to play Johnny Lockery.
Okay, well, I've got the details.
Who's Johnny Lockery?
I don't know.
Who's Johnny Lockery?
I don't know.
I never heard of him. Must be one of them country singers. No, nobody hears about it. Hugo has on all the time. Happy 48th.
There's a call.
What?
There's a call.
Will you wait and wait until I'm trying when I'm ready? Okay.
Right.
Happy 48th wedding anniversary to two couples who had a double wedding. I thought that was against the law. Veronica and Danny McNutt in Buncrana, and Margaret and Charlie in Ballyarnett in our local area. Congratulations to them all. Congratulations to them all. Who's on the line here?
Bobby, I think.
Bobby? Will I be cheeky to him?
Don't know. Susan Maud.
I haven't been cheeky to anyone today.
There's one for you.
Is it what?
Susan Maud.
Susan Mom? What
Maud.
about her? Mom, what about her? What about her?
Bobby.
Bobby? Yes, a song called Bobby by Susan Mon. Yeah, thanks.
Bobby Scared.
Bobby Scared, yeah, thanks. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
How are you? These people are trying to make me cheeky to listeners, but I won't do it.
No, I know that.
They want me to hoist myself by my own petard. All right, go ahead.
Gerry, what the wee thing I'm going to say, this won't change your language when you wake up. I was on the phone before we're a wee village 4 miles north of Larne, Carncastle, and we do Scottish country dancing. Now, I can assure you, if you wake up the next morning, that you didn't speak different, you still speak the same. But it's great exercise and it's good fun, you know, and it's something different, Gerry. So it's on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and it's every Tuesday night right through to March. So if you're free, Gerry, and you'd like to better keep fit stuff and do something different, it'd be great to see you.
Where is that again?
Castle. It's 4 miles north of Larne. You know where the Ballygolly Castle Hotel is, Gerry?
I know it well, yes. I've often been in there, yes.
Oh, I know. It's a mile up the road from that. Just turn left at it, and it's just in a wee village.
Okay, is that near Carnfunnock Country Park?
It is, yes. It's on past. It's Castle Hotel. It's held in. It's 8 o'clock every Tuesday night.
Hear me saying Carnfunnock Country Park? You see me? Okay, go ahead. Yes.
And also on Tuesday afternoon, we're starting a music club. It's a wee new venture. We're doing the first and third Tuesday from 2 to 4. And if you play a musical instrument, you'll be made very welcome. It's open to everybody, Gerry, and it should be good crack and good fun.
Sounds like a shed load of fun, yeah. Okay.
Shed load of fun.
Yeah.
So,
we recommend everyone make their way there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's this Tuesday night is the company dancing 8 to 10, and the music club's the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday in each month from 2 to 4.
Okay.
Gerry, should I give the listeners my mobile phone number if they would like to?
I wouldn't do that because there's a lot of strange people out there and you don't know this yet because you're an innocent, trusting soul. You have no idea how many maniacs are out there just waiting for a mobile number to ring you up in the middle of the night and say,
that's right. Good point, Gerry.
All right, anyway. But sure, give your number to people here in case anybody wants it, yeah?
077.
No, stop. No, don't do that. No, wait until somebody comes on to you. Right?
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Gerry.
Right, bye. Bye. Listen, we had an email there.
Wesley's on too.
Can't you see I'm talking about something else?
I thought it was me.
Hello, Wesley.
Hello, Gerry.
How are you?
Not so bad.
What can we do for you today?
Gerry, I'll tell you what it is. I'm phoning to advertise our annual vintage rally up at Kilcronahan, which is just outside Tobermore. Yes. And it's going to be on Saturday the 25th from 11 to 3.
11 to 3 next Saturday, yes?
Yes. Now, at the Vintage Rally, last year it was very well
supported,
and there was over 200 cars, tractors and stationary engines. So what we're having at the Vintage Rally, we're going to have a family pet show, and there'll be a working dog display. Also, there is rare and native breeds of cattle and sheep. So, it's a great day for all
concerned,
the family, because there's a lot of people comes and stays the whole day and things like that. There
sounds like a hell of a day.
Yes,
you know?
And like I know that you're into your
vintage cars.
Yes, and if you're free, you could come down because, like, you would be as a sort of an added attraction.
Do you think so?
Yes.
It changes things dramatically.
Yes.
Do you think they might want me?
I can see that you have a certain magnetism there. I think that, people would...
I think there's another word there too as well, which I think you might add. Charisma, I think.
Yes.
Magnetism. It makes me sound like some kind of iron filings.
Yes.
Charisma, a certain charm.
Yes.
Yes, do you think, would there be any girls there?
Yes. Really? Well, in fact, there's a few girls coming to do a wee bit of line dancing.
Oh.
So, you could shake your...
Booty?
Yes. With the girls doing the line dancing.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, where is that? Where is that again? Remind me where that is.
It's Kilcronahan, which is just outside Tubbamore. It's just between Tubbamore and Draperstown. Now, it'll be signposted from all the main routes and all.
Okay, right, fair enough.
So it will. Now, it will be. Let's just hope if the weather's reasonable, it's a very good day.
I hope it's not like last Saturday.
Exactly.
We were out at a little literary thing called the Big Oak Festival, literary festival here in Derry, Londonderry, and it was lovely, a lot of good guests, and it was just rain the entire day. And it was just ruins it, doesn't it? It was a good day though, but just ruins the weather ruins it. I hope you have better luck. I mean, it can't have 2 Saturdays in a row like that.
Exactly.
So that's next Saturday. Well, I hope you have a great time and hope it's very successful.
Also,
yes.
I was wondering, could you now? I have to say, Sean done very well whenever you were away.
There's no need to lie.
But I think Sean needs you.
That's nice. Thank you. Thank you.
But
Thank
maybe
you, Wesley.
maybe I need him too. You
Thanks,
see?
Yes, it's just like you two are just like a very good double act. Nice.
It's like a fish supper. Isn't it? Yeah.
Who's the
You
chips?
can't have-
Who's the chips?
No, I was wondering, could you do a wee request?
Certainly.
Right. Could you play anything by Alison Krauss?
Oh, lovely. Oh, Alison Krauss, great. Not many people like Alison Krauss. You're obviously a man of some taste.
Yes. Well, you see, as you can see, I'm a man of taste because I listen to your program, right? And I switch off the radio as soon as
Hugo comes
on.
I'm guessing all the right things, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Well, good man yourself. I like him. I like this man. I'm almost tempted to go down, but it's alas, I'm elsewhere on Saturday, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And but I hope you have a great day anyway. And it's lovely to talk to you. And give us a ring again because you're good crack.
Right.
Will you ring us again?
Does that do, Gerry?
Please do. Let us know how you got on. Ring us next Monday and tell us how you got on.
Right.
Will you?
That'll do.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Gerry.
Thank you. Bye.
Right, see you,
bye.
bye.
Bye. Wasn't he great?
That's where you belong.
I loved
At
him.
vintage car rallies.
With girls doing line dancing.
Yes,
of course. Listen, let me just repeat this. A man alleges that approximately 8:10 this morning, Mark Carruthers was interviewing a person from a Catholic newspaper. Suddenly in the background there was a noise akin to flatulence. Now, the undertone has been into the programme like a ferret, like a beagle, and he realises that it may not have been Mark Carruthers at all.
Good.
It may have been Conor Bradford. We have a little bit of audio now, and maybe perhaps the person who sent me the email will say, is this the moment to which he refers? You must listen very carefully.
Where did that happen?
I'll hear that again.
I'll play that again for the benefit of the listeners. Now, you have to be very careful and listen very carefully. Okay?
Where did that happen?
Do you think that's the...
I think that's a man. Yes.
You used to do that.
A head cold.
You used to do that. You used to sniff your own nose like that until I told you it was rude and horrible. But then you learnt not to do it anymore. But that's a man... I hope that's not Conor.
It sounds like
No, it's not Conor. It's probably the man who's interviewing. See, he's probably been interviewing a man, and he said something to him, and the man wasn't thinking. He just went like that.
Let's hear it again.
Okay. Right. We welcome listeners' comments on this, or indeed if you did hear.
I think it is Conor.
I don't think it's Conor.
Right, let's hear.
It's not his
What's
accent.
his?
No, see, people from Northern Ireland go. Conor goes.
No, listen to it. No.
Listen. Now, listen.
Right.
Listen. Now, listen carefully. This is important.
Right.
Where did that happen?
That's Conor.
Yes, we have independent confirmation.
That's Conor.
That whilst Conor was the man that Conor was talking to.
You hear him talking.
Can you hear me talking here?
I'm sorry.
Will you wait until I
I'm
finish the
excited.
sentence and then you start?
I'm sorry.
But what I'm... let me explain how I know it was... Can you tell me how you know it was Conor?
Because I hear the man talking.
No. Because the man he was talking to was on the phone, right? That's a live sniff.
Is it?
You can't... If you're on the phone, you go like that. He's going... That's a live sniff. Here we go
Let's
again.
see the live sniff.
Listen again.
Where did that happen?
Connor's going to love that.
Yeah.
Ross reminding him of it. Anyway, hold on a second. Somebody asked me to play something special there? Or was it my imagination? No, nobody asked me to play anything.
Wesley wanted Alison Krauss.
Oh, but I haven't got Alison Krauss. You were going to go up and get it, weren't you?
Could you play a song?
You have to get Alison Krauss, and then you have to go upstairs. You have to get Guiding Light by Barry Fleming. Look at all the things you have to do, and you've done nothing. And you also have to get a song by the Undertones. You just sit there in your arse, and you've done nothing.
Emma Todd.
Yes?
It's her birthday today.
Congratulations,
and
Emma.
Emma has been a great fan of the show. Would you hear this?
Uh-huh.
Emma has been a great fan of the show ever since her mum sat on Gerry's knee 14 years ago.
And she hasn't got off yet. I reckon you suffer from foreign accent syndrome anyway. When are you releasing the Dungiven to English dictionary? I'm working at it still. There's a dictionary. There's a square dictionary. Just open any page and you get the words you want. There's that word you want. Begin with X and Y and Z and everything. Starts with A. A for ass. That's how it starts, the dictionary. And it goes right down B for bully. And I hear the word, a new word in the news there. It's come back. There's a word there that we never heard for a long time. It's called bullet.
Yeah, I heard the bullet.
Bullet is back. Bullet is back. Rubber bullet is back.
Where did that happen? Where did that happen?
You never see them in X Factor? Hold on a second, let me see who that was. Just want to make sure I get this right. That's Rodrigo y Gabriela. That's a song called Diablo Rojo. I think I had a bottle of that once myself. Diablo Rojo. ¿Qué pasa? I'm going to read some Ulster Scots poetry in a Mexican accent.
Okay. This will be good.
Yeah, whistle ye blether, may old dead feather. No, it's too complicated. I've got some... Olga Bradshaw says, it's not unusual to have a head cold at this time of the year.
That's very clever.
I've got some Ulster Scots poetry. I'm featuring Stephen Hall. You know our Stephen Hall?
Yes.
The wee man. Featuring him on Saturday. It's Friday, sorry. He's coming into this studio on Friday with a band. And he's launching his album on Thursday night in the Black Box. And I'll give you more details about that.
Had you a couple of wee buskers on?
Are you talking about the band that was on last Friday?
Yes.
Well, I suppose you've got that wrong. Basically, they're a band called Southern. A girl and 2 guys, extremely talented. They're going to be very, very big indeed.
Were they buskers?
They were busking in Belfast.
Yes.
And a man walked
That's
past
what
who
I asked
happened to be, no, they're not buskers, they were just doing it for the crack one day. They're not buskers. They just did it for the hell of it one day, just to see what it was like. And then this man walked past who was an LA record producer. They brought them over to Los Angeles. They're going to be huge. I think they're great. Wist ye blither me old dead feather is buried in yon glen. He always had a dram in his drunken hand, and he never could say when. 'Twas the old DTs brought him to his knees as he went mad in the head. Ah, Dr. Knox, who can cure the pox, as this wee scunner's deed. Och, man, I did greet, fell off me feet, I was filled with deep despair. The hands could see me breeks and me bunny cheeks and me sporrin' straight in the air. We buried me father and young bunny heather to a piper's sad lament. The undertaker said, mon, as he shook me hand, his wee caber is badly bent. The demon drink, yelled Pastor Fink, has claimed another jock. Will I collect the bawbees, fall to your knees and sing about the ages of the rock? Me father left to me not one bawbee, just an old croft falling down. I descended in, I needed a hen, so I started glicking her in. With a jaunty lilt in me bonny wee kilt, I set off for yon Dundee. By a lamppost glare I met wee fat Clare and said, there's the hen for me. I'll never get the end of this, you know. She was fat and round, close to the ground. Nae man now could dispute, and she said to me as I groped her knee that she was a prostitute. Now, I am RC, but it seemed to me her religion was nae bother. She'd be married right away on Shrove Tuesday, and the best one was me brother. She goes out every night in the bright moonlight to see the men in the fishing boats. Since she married me, I've more bobbies, and me sporran is full of groats. Mon, she brings back coin frae doon the tune, even though she has a gimp. But nae evil I see, just groats and bobbie. I'm a sleeked wee scunner pump. If you don't agree, get away from me. For I'm tae old tae beg. It was Bonnie Dundee that gave to me the wee hen that laid the golden egg. Whisht, mon, we never want for neeps, tatties, drams or haggis. Hoots the new!
Who wrote that?
JP McDevelopment.
And very well read.
I'm worried about his sanity.
Inflatable pool full of dad's hot air. Well, I was 3 years old, splashing everywhere, and so began my love affair with water. On the riverbank with all my friends, a big old rope tied to a limb, and you're a big old wuss if you don't jump in the water. Yeah, when that summer sun starts to beat down and you don't know what to do, grab your swimming trunks, ice up that old igloo and drive until the map turns blue. Daytona Beach on spring break, 18 girls up on stage, white t-shirts about to be sprayed with water. Oh, let her go, take long for you and her. I got nothing on but water. All you really need this time of year is a pair of shades, an ice cold beer, and a place to sit somewhere near water.
That's Brad Paisley. That's a song called Water. Brad Paisley was over here this weekend protesting at the Pope's visit. Here's a gentleman. The lady said, I watched the... Here, listen.
Yes.
Did I read a poem the other day about hair pieces? Did I?
I think so.
There's a man looking for a copy of it. What was that about? Do you remember me reading it? I don't remember anything.
I think so, yes. I think
Every
so.
day's a blur for me.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Pope all weekend, said Michelle. I even sat through the whole Mass yesterday, during which Cardinal John Henry Newman was beatified, for which we are all grateful. My mummy must have been looking down in shock. They read out prayers in the following languages: German, Welsh, Irish, French, Chinese and Punjabi. Alas, no Ulster Scots. What's going on here? I laughed at the protesters on Saturday evening. One placard said the Pope is a male chauvinist, and there's another word there. I wasn't laughing at the content. In fact, I wasn't laughing at all. I was aghast at the lettering. The lettering started off big and got smaller as it went along. Plus it was all in block capitals, but the I's were dotted. Come on, people, she says. If you're going to protest, do it professionally. Don't make a holy show of yourselves. See what I did there? Many years ago, I learned to do posters for Art O-Level. I think I started a new business. There's obviously a demand for my service. This is something that I've noticed. Protesters have become less articulate and less literate. People don't spell anymore. Remember all the things you used to see in Derry? All people used to spell. Murderers out, you know, M-O-R-D. Bring back stamp out in term, whatever it is.
James Cochrane of Killylay.
Yes. Is there more to that?
Yeah, could you wish him a happy birthday, please?
I think I would. You know, I wouldn't have been able to guess
this
that.
Is for Wednesday. This is for Wednesday.
Well, can we not do it today in advance, and then perhaps on Wednesday you could maybe let us know again that his birthday is still proceeding? See, some people, you know, I think it would be...
Can we put this in a box?
I'll put it in a box. Have we not got a box? A pending box?
Janet will put it in her diary.
She's got a diary.
Yeah, we'll read it.
Do we have a pen? Do we have a box we put things in for other days? I remember other programmes.
Oh, it's for today.
Is it?
Yeah.
I remember walking around the BBC in Belfast and seeing other people's shows. I won't mention who they are. But there was little boxes on the desk, and one of them said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. There are bits of paper in them. Why have we nothing like that? We have nothing. See, if people come into this studio, they would see this building, they'd see no evidence of this show anywhere. Just me sitting there. There's nothing to do, and no paper, nothing to do with this show anywhere in this building. It's as if it just appears out of nowhere.
But you look at your desk.
I know, it's wonderful, isn't it? Who's going to red that up?
Is
anybody going to fix it? There's no room on it anymore. I lost a beef sandwich in it the other day. I can't find it.
So will you wish James Cochrane of Killylay a happy birthday?
Consider it done.
It's
done.
From Lily. That's from Lily.
Where's me Undertones record? Where's me Barry Fleming? Where's me thing? Nothing's here. Nothing has arrived in my desk. Nothing has arrived in my desk. Great shows last week, kid. Great shows which will be remembered even by those who didn't hear them. I refer, of course, to MLAs, circus clowns and village idiots. Tommy, my cat, carefully folded his little pink top, as he is wont to do on a weekend, put the ironing board away, and he said, I take it that the naughty gang of marauding cannibals who are terrorising the canyons and arroyos around Ballymena are safely behind bars. No, kid, I replied. The little man-eaters are footloose and fancy-free. Tommy hit the roof, the walls, the floor, and yelled, How can that be? I thought Pat Maggot had bagged them. The police caught them red-handed, I said, but by the time the police got there, the little hoodies had eaten all the evidence. Typical, yelled Tommy. If the police spent less time bothering poor innocent millionaire bankers and more time nicking hoodies, what a wonderful world it would be, said he, quoting Louis Armstrong. I looked at Tommy with good old USA shock and awe, and I cried, "Now, that's what I call lateral thinking, Tommy, can't I?" yelled. "You're not just an ugly mug, I have brains in abundance," smirked Tommy. "I have brains wrapped in cellophane that I haven't even unwrapped yet." "You little belter," I cried. "Come here and give us a kiss." "No thanks," said Tommy. "I have certain standards which I try to maintain. I need some lip action, and I need it now." I ran out the door like a boy into bullock and raced to wee Sammy the postman for 2 miles, and encountered Sean Coyle fondling a bullock. And he said, "It's big for its age." There was a little carrier pigeon behind some wheelie bins, and I kissed a gob of it. Before he staggered away shell-shocked, little Sammy gave me a first-class stamp right on the kisser. I'd gaily skipped home, pulling clumps of hair out of a street urchin's head and singing, "He loves me, Nat. He loves me, Nat. He loves me, me." I'm worried about my sanity.
What about Margaret and one?
What about Margaret?
Did you ever put a buttercup under your chin?
As a matter of fact, I haven't done that for days.
Did you do that when you were a wee boy? And when you're playing with
buttercups,
wee girls,
playing with wee girls.
No, but when you're playing, when you all play together.
It's called doctors.
Yeah, but did you ever put a buttercup under your chin?
I can't think so.
To see if you like butter.
No,
Janet
I was a little more advanced than that.
Oh, we used to do that.
To see if you like butter?
Yeah, you put the buttercup under your chin, and if the reflection of the buttercup appeared on your skin, then you liked butter. Did you never do that?
No.
When the girls were making the wee daisy chains?
No, I didn't do that, no. That's something I missed. The poem...
You should know fields, that's why.
Pardon?
You'd know where to play.
I was a city boy. I was reared amongst concrete and geraniums.
You played with ships. And
played with ships. Yeah, I was great naval tradition. Little sailors and huts and pimps. Yeah. That's all I knew. It's no wonder life turned me this way. No wonder I ended up the way I did.
Margaret.
Gerry. Gerry, the poem mentioned how the hairpiece was made and what part of the body the hairs came from, and Jimmy Nesbitt was mentioned. James, it was one of the best you've ever done. I remember that now. Let's reinter. Is that wrong? Disinter. Let's disinter that. There was a bit of graffiti years back in Belfast which said, "Tights will be shit." Tights will be shit.
Margaret.
But there was a certain word that people couldn't spell.
Margaret.
It's a word beginning with a B, and it was a rude word, and nobody could spell it. Do you remember? Even Quentin Tarantino couldn't spell it. The last movie he made. It's infectious. Who's where?
Margaret.
Where?
One.
John.
Margaret.
John.
Margaret.
Did you see that in Mad Men?
Yes, you talked about it.
I like that.
That's what you say.
John.
Margaret.
Marcia. John.
Margaret.
Marcia. Where is she?
What? Killilea.
No, I mean here on the desk.
On one.
Margaret?
I'm in Belfast.
Margaret.
Are you here, Gerry?
Margaret.
Me waiting. I've had to get out of the shower and I'm standing here like a pound of dripping.
Ooh. I hope you have a towel around you.
Well, I have.
Woo! Anyway, what can we do for you today? Never mind this, I'll carry on.
Do you know all these wee sayings that you have? You know, the wee poetry, what do you call it?
Yes, poetry, what do you call it, yeah?
I've said a night or two before, because they're actually spoken, as if somebody's in an old Dutch cottage by a fire at night, and, it's been rehearsed a night or two before.
You think I rehearse this stuff?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be able to say it the way you're saying it, would you? Because, not unless, you're a real old man, like...
Explain to her, Sean, that we don't do that here. We don't compare me to old men.
Did you see
here.
Joe Mahan yesterday?
Well,
no, I missed him.
I'm talking about old people and old cottages and old homesteads down amongst your own people, your own kith and kin.
Where was he? In a Sean or somewhere?
Yes, he was in the Lake of Shadows. It was
what's
great.
What's this thing about you being on the TV every night? Your local history thing. What's that got to do with you? Because you're doing a radio talk show, and it's just like you're on for a couple of seconds on the TV at night, and I'd be sitting taking maybe hot chocolate or something, and I'm choking on it.
I understand, but you see, I know I make people choke in their hot chocolate, but it's just that I'm a closet historian. And I have great interest in...
Can I say something to you? I had a sister away there. She was away in Paris for a couple of days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was up at the airport, and she was with a friend of hers, and this guy came along to say he was with somebody, and he was talking away to him, and he says to my sister, Pauline, "Do you know who this is?" And she says, "No, never met him before in my life." He says, "Do you not know him? And do you know who he was?" Do you know out of Dickie Rock and the Miami Show Band?
Yes.
One of them, I forget his name now.
Be handy if you remembered his name.
Well, I do, because he sent her a CD and that. But anyway, she turned around and she says, she shook hands with him and she says, to see you, says, you got me into an awful lot of trouble when I was young. He says, what way? He says, because I used to follow you every Friday and Saturday night when you were playing in the Plaza Ballroom in Belfast. And says, when I come home at late, my father used to be waiting at the bottom end of the steps where I lived with the belt and the slipper. And what I got was nobody's business, and that was all because of you. And she says, and I still done it. And he says, did you? He says, I'm awful sorry about that. No joking, like. But she says, I followed you everywhere. So know what he's done now? He's going to send her and a friend tickets for to go and see a show when they come here. Plus he sent her a CD of his, his latest, what he called, recordings along with Dickie Rock.
Okay. Yeah, you see that. What a nice guy that is. If we knew his name, we could say what a nice guy he is. I'm one of the very few people who remember the Plaza Ballroom.
Oh, well, I do. I remember it well. Like, and I mean, well, I'm not as old as you. Like, I remember going every Saturday when I was only a teenager, and soft drinks and that.
Do you remember the stage just to go round and round?
That was lovely, yes.
Revolving stage. And I once...
but I didn't see you there. I mean, if you were there, maybe you were hiding in a corner where nobody bothered you there.
No, I was on the stage.
Were you?
Oh, yes. I was very, very young. I was about 17. And I remember I played there. I don't see anything terribly funny about that.
Well, tell us this. Where are you going to be, off on the TV the night? No way your history.
I don't know. I don't know even if they're on tonight.
Do you not?
It's either,
I'll not turn it on anyway then.
No, turn it on. I'm on after the news.
Oh, are you?
I might be on. I don't know. I must check with the Radio Tims because they know everything. Right. I'll check. I'll know before the end of the programme.
Are you ever going to have one of these, what they call St George's Market again? Because I was there a few years ago and I really, really enjoyed it. And all the golden oldies and all was played at it. And I mean, I never go out. I don't drink enough. But I mean, I really, really enjoyed that. That really made my night.
But you see, we only do outside broadcast when Hugo's tired.
Oh, right.
But we may have time to do one during the course of...
That wasn't an outside broadcast.
What was that? I didn't like to say it. What was that?
But did you remember one year we brought in the new year into St George's Market?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, that wasn't broadcast. No, that was an independent money-making exercise. All right, which failed miserably because it was freezing. Do you remember? How come we didn't think it would be cold in New Year's Eve?
I'm ready for standing this stuff here. If it's stand any longer,
the water must be dripping down your legs.
Well, it's not dripping down my legs, but it's dripping off my hair and everywhere else.
Okay, you go and get yourself organised. Get the hairdryer out and towel yourself down, okay?
Well, that's what I'll do, and thanks very much for talking, tell you.
God bless you.
Sean, I was asking about him. He's a lovely person.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's you finished.
Yes.
All right, then. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. See, naked woman.
Yeah.
Saying how nice you are.
Stephen's on too.
Is he? Hello. Good morning, Stephen.
Morning, Gerry.
How are you today?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good.
Good. Listen, I was in, just heard you talking about the posters and one thing or another in London there.
Yes.
I would happen to be in London with the son because he's going to university, so we dropped him off. We're doing a bit of sightseeing. But in the crowd of about maybe, 2,000 protesters, there was two agents had placards, which was a direct lift from Father Ted. I don't know when anybody else got it, but we were in stitches. One of them said, down with this sort of thing, and the other one said, careful now.
That were two placards?
I couldn't believe it. I thought, in all of this, amongst all these protesters, there were two agents with an homage to Father Ted, and I thought, has anybody got this?
They sound like my kind of protest. I suppose everybody else would be saying, "Oh, great, brilliant." The best sign I ever saw, I liked it, was in a supermarket one time, and it said "Big Chicken served here."
Make a wish on whispered stars for a road and faster car. And wait, see if it comes true. For a house on distant streets, dream of nights in softer sheets. There's beach, we'll to the tide and that next light. When weather's right, come sailing home, let the dark subside. Just leave it to one side, I'm on your side. When weather's right, come sailing home again. Walk the land and see the shore. Think of less and want for more. Now the way to keep the grey from blue. In a house on distant streets, someone dreams a distant beach. Now the words they wait. So I know you're tired. So leave it to the tide and that next light. When weather's right, come sailing home, let the dark subside. Just leave it to one side, I'm on your side. When weather's right, you see it's swept away. You see it's swept away. So I know you're tired. So leave it to the tide and that next light. When weather's right, come sailing home, let the dark subside. Just leave it to one side, I'm on your side. When weather's right, you'll see it's swept away. You see it's swept away. You see it's swept away.
I am left-handed. I am not left-handed. That's a song called Time to Leave. Yes, on Thursday in Edinburgh, it says here that, according to this news report here, one demonstrator in Edinburgh did have a sign saying, down with this sort of thing. And Michelle says, during the Mass yesterday, the presenter described what His Holiness was doing with incense. He said, and then the Pope will be incensed by the cardinals. I thought, that's not very nice. Well, it wasn't really, was it? And at the time of the Good Friday Agreement, there was a slogan on the gable wall at the bottom of Melrose Street in Belfast, not far from the village. It read, David Trimble is a traitor. Trader.
Well, they may well have been.
After Down got the hammer yesterday, I had 4 strawberries and a glass of red wine for breakfast. What does that mean? Does that mean he was celebrating? Is that what he's saying? Is that what he's saying?
Maybe something we don't know.
Is it? Do you think he's maybe perhaps
Could
some
you
kind of
play-
secret message there that we know nothing about?
Could you play a wee song before the end for Brendan and Bridie Hegarty, who were 49 years married yesterday?
This is it.
This is from their son Michael in Desert Park.
1, 2, 3.
Oh! Special condensed version of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Gentleman sent this to me. I think this is good.
We Sgt. Pepper's lonely, Sgt. Pepper's lonely, Sgt. Pepper's lonely, Sgt. Pepper's lonely, Sgt. Pepper's lonely.
See, nobody ever waits for that to end. See us waiting for it to end.
You're great, so you are.
I'm great.
You're a great wee waiter.
Back tomorrow.